Good morning.
Good morning.
Last year, Paterson received approximately 130,000 911 calls. And we have been inundated, to say the least. And that's why we applied for grant funding to improve emergency response services in Paterson. And today we're proud to announce that we're receiving $1.4 million for the implementation of next generation 911. If I can elaborate a little further on next generation 911, this will enhance our technology. We can have text messages sent to 911 for services. We can also plot and pinpoint the location of these callers, which could be critical in many instances because, as you know, 911 calls sometimes mean life or death. And this hopefully will happen in concert with our consolidated communications center, where we're putting all dispatchers under one roof on Pennsylvania Avenue. And Chief McDermott can elaborate on the status of the communications center. But at this time, I'd like for him to expound on what next generation 911 means for the future of emergency services in the city of Paterson. Chief Brian McDermott. Good applause.
Great, so thank you everybody for coming out today. So Next Gen 911, this is actually a really big deal. And I want to thank the state of New Jersey for being having such foresight to move forward with this venture. That's going to go from the north of New Jersey right to the south tip of New Jersey with Next Gen 911. We're fortunate that we're at the ground level with an early award for Next Gen 911 so that we can prepare ourselves in this very, very busy, very intensely, densely populated place where 130,000 calls and climbing each year. Each year we go up. With this Next Gen 911, some of the great features are GPS. This is going to upgrade our GIS information for the city. That's going to help us both in our computer-aided dispatch system, but also for the caller. So if your mother has a heart attack and falls with their phone and it dials 911 and she can't speak on the phone, you're going to be able to see where she is. We can go right to her without actually getting the address. Aside from that, we can receive texts right to our dispatch center and live streaming video. If God forbid there's an active fire or something, they can actually send live streaming video right to our dispatch center and get real-time information. Let's face it, seconds count. Oftentimes, firefighters, police officers, and emergency medical technicians are sent to the wrong locations. Many times it's because of language barriers, because they can't understand somebody who can't talk because they're breathing their last breath, or other cut phone calls or what have you. With this now, it gives us the opportunity to be directed more often directly to the right place where help is needed. This is so important to increase survivability of our residents. I'd like to thank the state of New Jersey, our Millennium Strategies, Jennifer Gallagher, who wrote a great grant, as well as our Captain Mark Roth, who did all the legwork on developing all of the information for this grant. That's going to help the Paterson Fire Department with our EMS and firefighters. It's going to help our Paterson Police Department, who's represented here today as well, as this is a multi-jurisdictional venture. It's not just the fire department. This goes under our OEM center, which, as the mayor said, is under construction. That will be going out to bid roughly within a week or two for construction, and hopefully we'll see construction started in the fall. That is absolutely a boost for the city. We already have new data lines in. We've upgraded our communications to get us going even better. So this goes in line with what we're doing with Next Gen 911 by having all fiber optic lines and getting completely off of copper. That was our T1 line conversion that led into this. So there's been a lot of work going on, and we're excited about it. Not only is this going to give us the software for the Next Gen 911, but it's going to increase our capabilities to 20 consoles, 20 stations for dispatchers, so that we can grow. You know, as the city grows within itself and we see a population boom, we're going to need to handle that with more dispatchers, and also we may have the opportunity to get into shared service agreements with other municipalities to provide said services through a potential LEAP grant. So we're looking forward and anticipating what we can do within the region. As the county seat, we want to be the leader. And it's great that we wrote this grant early on, that we were awarded it, thankfully, by the state early on, and we had the support of our great mayor and our business administrator to move along with this. And we can't wait to get this going. The expected launch is May of 2024. And that should be, hopefully, as the mayor said, should be in line with the beginning of our new consolidated center, which hopefully will be before that. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Round of applause. So, as we make that transition from an analog system to a digital system, we also make the transition to becoming what we've said in the past, a 21st century city, a city of solutions, a city of synergy, bringing it all together so that we can make it more convenient for our residents and hopefully in many instances save lives. At this time, I'll call for an advocate for modern technology as far as public safety is concerned, our councilman from the 5th Ward, Louis A. Velez.
First of all, I want to say thank you to Chief McDermott, his team, for bringing an exceptional service to our city. I was going to say a lot of things. But and on behalf of the City Council, Councilman Kalik, President of the Council, also the Chair of Public Safety, Maritza Davila, and the members, we want to say thank you to the state for bringing this funding that's real needed in our city. 911 is our core service for our first responders. Why? They're the first one that received the call of a stress and situation in our city. I want to thank Millennium for being on board, because we cannot regret, I cannot regret when we have to sign a vocal contract like this that fight for our city, getting the money where we need it. And I thank Millennium for taking us to the Millennium era in technology. On behalf of the City Council, as soon as this is granted or in our municipal coffers, we want to make sure that it gets approved right away so we can move it forward and making sure that we get the best service for our residents. 911 for us and for me is real important. It saves lives and it saves people to get the right communication when they are in stress or in difficult moments. So thank you, Mayor, and on behalf of the council, thank you again.
So I was just thinking about that 130,000 calls, number of calls. That's almost as many calls as we have residents in the city of Paterson. So you can see that there's a need. And I want to dovetail on what Councilman Velez said and what Chief McDermott said as far as grant writing is concerned. It's something that I was adamant about during the campaign in 2018, saying that the city never really had a grant writer. We can't continue to burden the general operating budget. And if there's federal, state, or any other form of funding available, we have to be aggressive in pursuing those opportunities. We've invested over $100 million in improving our parks, playgrounds, pools, and playing fields, and a lot of that money came from grants. But we're also investing in public safety, whether it's police or fire. And this grant is proof positive of the fact that we are committed to finding different paths, divergent paths for resources and the funding that we need to enhance our services to our public. So I'm really encouraged today, like I stated before, making that transition from analog to digital means we're becoming that 21st century city, that city of solutions and that city of synergy. So our message to the public is that every day we're looking to improve, because there are many opportunities for improvement in this city and many other cities. And we're just proud that today we can announce $1.4 million for our next generation 911 service, which hopefully will debut at our communications center on Pennsylvania Avenue in the spring of 2024. Thank you.
Okay. I have the check. Here's proof that we have.
There you go. Let me see.
So there's a lot of zeros on it.
It's made out to Louis Velez. What's that?
Hey, cut that. I don't get pride. I don't get pride.
Whoa. So we got it. So
Actually, what is it? 1 million. $1.4 million with like 52 cents, something like that. Okay, very good. Don't spend all that in one place.
And the good thing that we don't have to wait for the transfer. He has a check already. Just go to the bank and deposit.
That's it.
Very good. Thank you, Chief.